impossible. My trap was perfect. How did he do it? I have to know. Somebody tell me. It's not fair. There was no way, I tell you. No way he could have gotten out. Somebody tell me. Do you hear me? Somebody tell me how he did it. I have to know. I have to know.
That was the reaction of many AFL fans last night as the Cats stormed into a Friday night football win over the Adelaide Crows at Adelaide Oval. Now, I'll get to the thumbnail of this video now, and well, I called it. I said all throughout the off-season that I thought Geelong weren't dead. I really thought Geelong weren't dead. I saw that they could just rejig. They had a still pretty good list, and I just knew that they could go out again. And these last two games, a win against St Kilda at GMHBA, a close, hard-fought win, and going into Adelaide Oval and beating the Crows, just proved something. They're back. And Libby and Geelong, like, so many people are going to be so damn glad to hear that. Like, so glad to hear that they are back, but well and truly, they are back. They are well coached by Chris Scott, they just have so many weapons up the ground. Like, they may have the best tall forward structure in the game in Hawkins and Cameron, and they have just such an incredible defense led by Tom Stewart, who I'll get into soon. But I actually want to get into something that Adam Cooney said on the Armchair Experts late last night. Looking at their run home, at the next 3 games of the Cats. After this, they've got Hawthorn on Easter Monday, North Melbourne, and the Western Bulldogs at GMHBA. They're going to be 5-0 heading into Brisbane and Gabba, who have proven to be beatable this year. They're going to be 5-0. When you're 5-0, that's enough leg room to be able to basically boost off campaign. You get enough confidence in the team, and you can say, we can do this. We can challenge for the premiership. We really can. And that's really what the Cats are in perfect place to do. And it's just phenomenal. Like, there's so many patterns with this team. Every time we think this team is done, they find ways to define. That's how good of an general football club the Geelong Football Club is. And I just have so much damn respect for them. They really are. Them and Sydney, I think, are the two most respectful teams in the competition. As you might hate how they do it, but you have to respect the ability to stay up there every year. And to do it in such a small town such as Geelong is such a phenomenal thing as well. In 2019, after a poor finals performance, we thought they were done. They got the Martin Premiership. Going into 2022, a premiership year, we thought they were done. Too old, too slow. That was the slogan. They won the premiership. I'm not saying I think this team can do the same, but I'm just saying the Cats being back in premiership contention should be a worry for the competition, because this team knows how to get it done at the big stage. They only got it done a year ago. Yeah, a year ago. Year and a half ago. They got it done. It's 2 years ago. So, yeah, and one more thing I really wanted to give credit to and give my flowers to, Tom Stewart. What a phenomenal player. In game 150, he basically stole the game. He was best on ground, and just the Crows could just never get through him. It really felt like the Crows just constantly struggled to get through him. He was intercepting everything, especially in the first quarter, Headlight just could not beat him in any contest whatsoever. He was intercepting everything, and I just love how his career has been such a... To be the successor to Corey Enright, who was so beloved in this community, such an incredible player. and be able to do the career he has, he might be another Hall of Famer who's wearing the Cats shoulder. He really might be. And he is so important to their team. And I think last night was one of his best games I've ever seen from him. I was waiting all year for a phenomenal defensive performance from a player, and we got it last night by Tom Stewart. He would have that Mark of the Year contender. Like, all he needs to do is just frame that photo when he has the ball, like, in his hands, and just go from there. The other standouts for the Cats, the Henry brothers, I will point them out all the time. I love talking about the Henry brothers. Like, they were phenomenal. Jack Henry's defensive pressure was another clear part of their win. Ollie Henry kicked a crucial goal. Tom Hawkins just continues to age like fine wine. He kicked 3 goals and was just so steady when it mattered. And Tyson Stengel coming out and kicking some crumbs as a small forward was impressive to see as well. So yeah, love it or hate it, the Cats look like they're back. Now on to a quick summary about the Adelaide Crows, who are the opposite. They're 0-2. And their losses, they were terrible for 3 quarters against the Suns, but came back hard. And then they showed sparks in this game. They showed sparks of getting back in it. In the third quarter, you thought they were going to run away with it the way they were playing with momentum. You thought Geelong was starting to run out of gas. But they just couldn't break through it. I think the big part of this game, well, 2 things. One, Tex Walker fell a bit off, which that didn't hurt. That hurt a lot. I tipped Adelaide just because Tex Walker went back. So that sucks. And 2, I just thought that when the Crows got momentum, because it wasn't like they never had momentum. They had momentum at points in this game. They just didn't make the most of their opportunities. Like, there was a second quarter spurt where they had 10 inside 50s. They didn't score a single goal with them. They should have at least scored 2 if they to really make the most of that serious momentum they had. And that would have got the crowd well and truly in this game. So, which is a bit disappointing. And they were also, and I think for a team like Adelaide who's trying to get into the 8 again, you have to win your home games, especially against types like Geelong. And this is a game that could, if the Cats finish 1 game above them, this is a game that could come back to bite them. The end of the season is you have to win home games against teams in your weight range. And now they have to make up 2 games in the run to ladder. So yeah, a little bit of questions about the Crows now. You start wondering, were they overrated? Did we overrate them a bit? Are they as good as they say? As for the games that both these teams have next, the Geelong Cats, obviously, as I said, go to East. The Monday up next against Hawthorn, who they should win against to go to 3-0. Whilst the Crows face a grudge match in the West against the Fremantle Dockers. So yeah, love it or hate it, the Cats look